my presentation. I'm Kelsey Ordez, so if anybody doesn't know me. I did my research, my presentation on the process of how I found my research. I had a heck of a time. First, of course, it's my process of finding my research. My brainstorming. I begin with the topic that interests me. I am a CNA, so healthcare is really, I'm actually into legal and I'm also into healthcare. So I was thinking, as I was reading for, Half the Sky, I was like, well, what is going on over in these countries? Why are we, as the United States, having all this healthcare, but over there, we're not seeing any of it? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna look at healthcare, my big topic. Healthcare is gonna be my big topic. And then I started with the education of healthcare. What is the cost of schooling over there? Why am I seeing so much education and healthcare problems over there? And then I thought, well, maybe it's not just in other countries, maybe it's here as well. And then I also did medical problems. And with the education of healthcare, I did the schooling cost. Maybe it's too much. I didn't know. And with healthcare in other countries, I was thinking, well, maybe it's the staff number. Is there a ratio of patients to doctors? And with medical problems, the maternal mortality rate surprised me. As I started there, I remember the information that I started reading. I was like, oh, I can't get started in my research first. I have to remember the CRAP method. So I went back and refreshed my memory of the CRAP method, which was currency, relevance, authority, accuracy, and purpose. That way I knew what I was reading. So the first step that I had was step 1. And I went to Boise State homepage, and then I went to Albertsons Library, and then I clicked on the database. And from there I clicked on the Web of Science. This was my first requirement for our paper. In my search engine, I just typed in the healthcare. That was my broad subject. That way I could see what articles and what my hit was going to be in. As I searched it, I came up with 303 essays or articles. And I was like, I'm not going to read every one of these. So it's like, I'm going to make it a little bit easier on me and switched it to the Times Cited, which numbered my articles down, but it also helped me know which articles were the best for me to choose. So as I was reading all those articles, I came across my second article from my first article from this Times, the Times Cited article list. As I made sure the number of times it was cited was greatest from least. My third step was the article from the EBSCO Post database, and that was, I selected this peer review, the result was 7. I don't recommend that database, it's a little bit harder. I went into the law portion of it to see where the healthcare was, maybe there was a political view on the healthcare, and it didn't come up. So I had to reword different types of what I was putting into my search engine. As for my step 4, I used the same database to see if I could word differently. As I searched in healthcare rates in the Middle East, still nothing. Couldn't find any. So then I finally found one on that same website or that same database and could finish it. As I went to Google Chrome, I typed in Millennium Development Goals in healthcare. It actually was talked about in one of my articles that I had no idea what it was, but it was all it was saying was MDG. What's that stand for? I have no idea. So I added it to my brainstorming list. And as I resulted it on Google, of course, too many pages, don't want to read them. I had to apply the CRAP method. I didn't know which ones were reliable. I also ran into many government sites that were down. As for my problems that I had, I ran into multiple articles. I don't know if anybody else ran into them, but while I was on Boise State's database, I could not open the whole database, the whole article. I was only getting the abstract. So that made I didn't know what the article was talking about. I knew just parts of it, but I didn't read the whole article. I also had articles that I type into my search engine that I didn't even know why they even popped up when I was searching. So what I thought I could do is my wording in my search engine could change. So things that I could do next time is maybe I could try and broaden my search, allowing me to have more articles to work with, and then subtracting from there. I could make a list and go through those articles, seeing if they relate to my research. Using different combining words. Instead of putting always in certain countries, I could use and or certain kind combining words. And then when I ask the question in the search engine, I could also watch the way I word it. If I don't word it carefully, then I come up with something that's not right.